Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Mainnet 2023 in New York City. Joining me for this segment, we have Pollak, creator of Base at Coinbase, to discuss why Layer 2s will help scale blockchain and unlock the next wave of crypto adoption. Jesse, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thanks for having me on. Super excited to be here.
First things first, What is Base?
Yeah, so Base is an Ethereum Layer 2, and basically what that means is there's this whole wave of incredible new global applications that are starting to be built on-chain, on blockchains like Ethereum, but the problem is they're way too expensive right now. You know, to do something like send stablecoin, or do a trade, or do a borrow or lend, it might cost $5 or $10 or $50 if there's a ton of demand. And so what Base is it's an Ethereum Layer 2, which basically means it's scaling Ethereum. And so it takes those exact same applications and makes them 100 to 1,000 times cheaper. So that same stablecoin send or asset swap or borrow and lend, instead of costing $5, costs 5 cents. And that basically opens them up to a whole new class of people all over the world who can benefit from these awesome products that are being built.
So then is that ultimately the vision for Base?
Yeah, the vision for Base is 1 million developers building on-chain and 1 billion users on-chain. And so we're basically doing everything we can to make it really easy for people to build this next generation of applications, and then make it easy for when those applications are built for everyone everywhere in the world to use them.
So what types of applications? Strictly financial applications, or are there other verticals that you could build on this?
Yeah, so I think what we've seen historically in crypto has been pretty financial and very speculative in nature. And so I think a lot of that stuff is obviously coming to Base, right? There's protocols and applications you can use to trade assets. There's stable coins, so you can save money. But I think the things that we're really excited are actually more on the consumer product side.
Right.
And so we're seeing, over just the last month of Base being live, a whole wave of innovation that's happening where people are starting to use crypto in this new on-chain platform, as we call it, to build totally novel consumer products. And so this ranges from Blackbird, which is a full kind of like restaurant loyalty experience that's in restaurants all over New York, expanding to California right now, to Parallel, who is just up on stage here, who's building on-chain gaming, to Stand With Crypto, that's doing advocacy on-chain, to tons of media on-chain, social networks on-chain. And so I think our general feeling is that, like online transformed the world as everyone moved from offline to online, on-chain is going to transform the world again as everyone moves from online to on-chain. It's going to be global, it's going to be low cost, it's going to be a world where when you put your creativity on-chain, it stays yours, you can benefit from it, and that's going to totally transform everything.
It almost reminds me of anytime something goes consumer facing and the world starts to understand it, almost like AI. No one was talking about AI in 2022 until the end of it. Then ChatGPT comes out and people learn how to use it. And once it's consumer facing, that's when I feel like things start to take off. So why do you think Coinbase decided to invest in L2?
Yeah, so 2 years ago when we started working towards Base, I think our vision was, if you look at Coinbase, it's been around for 12 years at this point. It's done an incredible job of bringing trading of crypto to the broad mainstream audience. But when we think about what our long-term vision is, it is billions of people on-chain. It's billions of people doing actually useful things, not just speculating, but actually using this technology to make their lives better. And what we saw 2 years ago was that wasn't happening, right? The coins were here, the tokens were here, we had the exchanges, we even had the wallets, but there wasn't that kind of innovation cycle that was happening where developers were building those applications, they were reaching users, and that was leading to this flywheel of more adoption. And so we kind of took a step back and said, hey, how do we build something that can enable that next wave of innovation, both for the broader ecosystem, but also for Coinbase itself, right? How do we unlock the next generation of Coinbase that's going to be more utility focused, that's going to really bring 1 billion people in? And that ultimately led us to Base, which is this platform that's going to enable people to build those applications, make them much cheaper, make them more globally available, and make them really, really easy for everyday people to use.
Sounds super app-ish, which is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one mental model that people have kind of thought about with Base is kind of like an app store, right? And Ethereum's been the first version of that, but it's just been a really expensive app store. And no one wants to use expensive apps. They want to use low-cost apps. They want to use free apps. And Base is kind of what's going to bring those powerful apps to the global audience.
All right, Jesse, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.